Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me today. My name is General Confusion, and this is Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. So, when last we left our intrepid band of Gaians, we've made some more technological discoveries, and we have driven the university all the way back off of their home island. We have captured University Base, their former headquarters, and are turning it to our own devices. So we have this sea colony pod here that it wants me to move, but first I'm going to finish up the recycling tanks and the formers here. That is one little annoyance that I have with the game, the fact that it persistently pulls you back to whatever unit is next. I believe you can actually change that in the options, but I just haven't bothered. Actually, let me see. Automation preferences. Cancel movement orders, preferences. Anyway. So, I've got a sea colony pod because, looking around in the oceans, we have got just a ton of oceanic resources sitting around unexploited. And that really, I just really can't have that. We also have the Marine Institute sitting here, annoyingly not conquered yet. But that's fine. We will build a couple more sea units, and we will take it pretty quickly. As you can see, because of my focus on developing condensers and other nutrient resources, these bases have grown extremely quickly. So they now have lots and lots of resources available. And once I build a tree farm here, which I will do actually before an energy bank, once I do that, these forests will give me 2 nutrients instead of 1. So that will help me grow even quicker. So this sea colony pod is going to go right here, I think, and it will have access to both of these nutrient resources, and it will grow at absurd speed. We're also going to hurry this recycling tanks.
Confirmation.
Am I building any secret projects? Yes, I'm building the planetary transit system. We'll hurry that as well, so that'll be done in 3 turns. And that means that new bases we build will start at size 3, so they'll be productive right off the bat. This missile foil is exploring around. I could send this up to help fight the university, but frankly, I don't really need to. Okay, what do the Spartans have to say? They don't like me. They're seething. It would be very foolish of them to declare war at the moment, because I am very powerful and they are not, but they might do it anyway. She wants optical computers. Nah. See, the Spartans like me because I have power as my value right now, so that will actually keep her friendly longer than she would be otherwise. Did you literally just call me up to threaten me and try to steal technology, Santiago? Is that really what you just did? Research data? No. Okay, fine. Goodbye.
Production complete.
You don't need a perimeter defense. We have the command nexus. I don't even know why that was an option. Build a tree farm instead.
Insufficient energy.
I have enough money at this point.
In the Great Commons at Gaia's Landing, we have a tall and particularly beautiful stand of white pine, planted at the time of the first colonies. It represents our promise to the people and to planet itself, never to repeat the tragedy of Earth. Lady Deirdre Sky, Planet Dreams.
Okay, so there is our first tree farm. So if we zoom here, we can now see that our forests are generating 2 nutrients. And so now we have a disgusting nutrient surplus, and in 9 turns we will grow yet again. So forests are now one of the most productive squares that we can have a worker working, besides a borehole, because they generate 5 resources in total. Lost track of my mouth for a minute there. 2 nutrients, 2 minerals, and 1 energy. So they're not very good for making money, but for producing things and growing the base, they're perfectly decent.
Production complete.
Alright, we got a Rec Commons over here in Forest Primeval. Forest Primeval is doing alright in terms of everything. Let's get it a tree farm as well. It only has 1 forest square for now, but that forest will expand.
Production complete.
I am going to make 1 preferences change. I'm going to change it so that it stops at the end of every turn, just so I have a more consistent break that I can use to talk about things. I should have done that earlier, but anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, so that's done. We've got a farm here. We are going to build it has a river in it, so we're going to build a solar collector for that bonus energy. So we've got a base going. Actually, instead of going over there to take out both of these nutrient things, I'm just going to go right here so I can get the mineral and the nutrient. So there's Deirdre's fishery. Get our transplasma sentinels going. And we already have a couple of sea formers, but we can always use another one. So we'll get another sea former, And then we will build a tree farm. Actually won't help a ocean base, except that it will give the economy bonus, but the energy bank will give the economy bonus for cheaper. So we'll get an energy bank and then a network node. You, meanwhile, you just cool your jets for a little bit. So we're sort of pausing in the war effort to build up infrastructure. As you can see, we're building a lot of tree farms, we're building some network nodes, there's a sea colony pod, so we're expanding, and we're getting the planetary transit system, all at the same time. I don't know why I have a road over here and a farm. But hey, okay. I'll tell you what, actually, looking at Silverbird Park does not have a condenser, so we'll just put a condenser on that. And you go up there. You, meanwhile, you should build a borehole.
Indigenous life forms.
Oh dear. Well, I'll tell you what, before you die, disembark your troops and then run a square away. Maybe it'll forget you exist. I would try to go kill it with that needle jet and save the ship, but it's 50. The needle jet is 50% damaged, so
Insufficient energy.
this trained impact squad I want to upgrade next turn. You just kind of wait there. You, meanwhile, you, yeah, you're going to replace some of this forest with a condenser. Alright, I've now, I think, run the university out of money to replace its units rapidly. So, and they're having drone riots, anyway. Well, it looks like they've solved the drone riots, but only by turning so many of their population into doctors that they're not really producing much of anything. So the university is now officially screwed. I mean, they were officially screwed before. They were officially screwed when I declared war on them.
Complete.
Alrighty. Oh, the Believers. The Believers don't mind me, apparently. She's non-committal. Ah, CEO Morgan of the Morganites. Join forces and put an end to his monopolistic grasping. Let me look at the data links real quick. Well, no, this is what I wanted. Profile? Yeah, here. This is how I can get into my intelligence files. So let's look at how they stack up. The Morganites and the Believers. Both of their incomes are very low. Research-wise, the Morganites are well ahead, except in Explore. Point-wise, the Morganites are well ahead. You know what? I don't want to backstab the Morganites. For one thing, they're making me money right now. No, I'm not giving you missile launchers.
The wicked have told me of things that delight them, but not such things as your law has to tell. St. Augustine, Confessions, data
Okay.
links.
Okay, I think I'm safe now. Alright, so this is another one of the very interesting technologies. Cyber ethics represents the development of a moral code that outlines the relationship of, as they say here, the proper relationship of computers to society. So this is sort of an ethical expansion, an expansion of the ethical calculus. You can see they use the same symbol here, just surrounded by a gear to represent computers. An expansion of the ethical calculus to account for the internet and the interaction of computers and artificial intelligences, to some degree, with humanity. So this is basically the kind of another of these kind of pie-in-the-sky philosophical technologies that we sort of laugh at because we don't see how this is even possible. But it's about defining, the ethical code that should govern interactions in the computer sphere. And it leads up to pre-sentient algorithms, which will eventually lead to AIs, which will eventually lead to even more interesting ethical conundrums involving the interaction of artificial and natural intelligences. It also lets us build the planetary data links, which gives us any technology that 3 other people already know, and it lets us make the social engineering choice knowledge, which improves our research, but I believe lowers our probe. Yeah, comment social engineering. Yeah, so it improves our research, it improves our efficiency, but it lowers our probe. Basically, this makes you the university, a cut rate version of the university, without their other major benefit, which is the free network nodes. So if I shift it to knowledge, my net income goes up very slightly because of the efficiency boost, and I make breakthroughs 1 turn faster. But I lose the morale, I lose the support, and enemy probe teams become much more efficient versus me. So I'm going to stick with power for now.
Production complete.
Okay, we've got another missile foil from Garden of the Deep. Yeah, and you're really not going to focus on producing anything, honestly. I mean, yeah, missile foils every now and then, that's fine. But we can change that. Do you have... I'm actually going to build a tree farm here just for that 50% economy boost, because that will give me another 3 or 6 energy. I forget which. And this missile foil will go up to help fight the university.
Complete.
Okay, we've got a condenser. Since this is built on a nutrient bonus, I'm getting a total of 6 nutrients from that. So this base now has too many nutrients, like more nutrients than they need. I'll have to build a HAB complex just in order to fill up this nutrient bar. And over here... I'm going to turn some space around here into a borehole. I'll turn that space into a borehole. And can I upgrade this unit here? Yeah, upgrade to a missile rover. Actually, I'll upgrade you to a missile rover as well.
Energy.
Oh, I can't do that. Okay, my transport foil actually did survive, which is surprising. All you guys are just gonna wait, except for you. You are gonna fly up to University Base so that in the future, I can use you to strike at Oceanographic Lab. We will take the Marine Institute, captured base, psych, secret projects, etc., etc. But in this case, we are not going to have a drone riot because... Oh, I wonder why the faces are different. One's female and one's male. Oh, and every time I go to psych and back to resource, they change. That's interesting. I had never noticed that before. Yep, the support screen does it too. See, the little faces down here are changing between masculine and feminine. So,
insufficient energy.
We're going to get our Transplasma Sentinels up. Then we will get a Fungicidal C-Former, and then an Energy Bank, and actually, before the Energy Bank, we'll get the Rec Commons. And then we'll get an Energy Bank, because we need to get rid of these drones. Because right now, if that was a worker, well, actually that works fine. We can have him be a worker. No, we can't. We still have 2 drones. Okay, so we're good. But we do definitely need a C-Former up here, because we need to, like, put energy things on all of these and fill up all these squares and all that.
Turn complete. Indigenous life forms.
Okay, we've got Mindworms attacking.
As distances vanish and the people can flow freely from place to place, society will cross a psychological specific heat boundary and enter a new state. No longer a solid or liquid, we have become as a vapor and will expand to fill all available space. And like a gas, we shall not be easily contained. Sister Miriam Godwinson, but for the grace of God.
Okay, so we got the planetary transit system. So all new bases start at pop level 3, and if we have any smaller bases, they all have 1 less drone.
Production complete.
This represents the fact that people can now just sort of flow freely to wherever they want to go. So, we're going to take out these worms, since we can't capture them, unfortunately. But we got 60 credits for it. You may have noticed, this unit changed in size when that happened. It shifted a little bit. I believe that has a random chance of happening when you kill mindworms adjacent. I've seen it happen on land as well. When you kill a unit of mindworms adjacent to another unit of mindworms, there's a chance that the adjacent unit will grow. Presumably it's like absorbing mindworms, you know, left over from the destruction. I'm just going to move him into Silverbird Park to keep him from being killed by that guy. Okay, so Garden of Paradise, surrounded by very fertile land and boreholes. That's basically all we've got. We've got fertile ground, we've got giant holes in the ground from which we suck energy. I'm actually not going to hurry up because I want my money to hurry other things. This mindworm can just serve as a guardian there, and we're going to build a borehole there. And for Razorbeak Wood, you know what? I'm not going to build a borehole at Razorbeak Wood. I am going to let Razorbeak Wood be the ecologically friendly, sustainable base that the Gaians would want it to be. So, basically, I'm going to build all forests here. With the tree farm, the forests generate enough nutrients to support themselves. So, I mean, we have the one condenser, but we'll just let that go as a freebie. So, and I'll kind of show off how all forest bases compare to more traditionally terraformed bases. So, I believe that the university took some bases from the Morganites. Ooh, he has oh, I need presentient algorithms. Oh, why won't you give it to me? Okay, let's coordinate our battle plans. Yes. I want your... Oh, okay, Morgan is pretty big. I am not prepared to coordinate our battle plans at this time. He just wanted my maps. Well, that's fine, because I wanted his maps. Okay, so yeah, the university took Morgan's solar effects. Marine Biology Lab is now building again, but they have to prototype, so that is costing them time. So you actually go to the Marine Institute. You go over to Oceanographic Lab. Alright, Zakharov wants to try to negotiate a surrender again. No, you will be destroyed. Yes! Alright, so this is what I wanted. He's going to surrender, he'll give me all his money, only 15 credits, and he'll give me all his research, which is a new technology. So fine, swear a pact to serve me.
The substructure of the universe regresses infinitely toward smaller and smaller components. Behind atoms we find electrons, and behind electrons quarks. Each layer unraveled reveals new secrets, but also new mysteries. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, for I have tasted the fruit.
Okay, this is actually an old technology that we managed to jump over. I think this is level, like, 3? Something like that? It comes right after high-energy chemistry, and we just never got it for whatever reason. But so it unlocks applied relativity and silk steel alloys, which unlocks level 4 armor. It gives us the comm jammer, which lets units have a bonus against fast units in the open, so against, like, rovers, you know, units with speed of more than 1. And it unlocks the Skunk Works, which is a base facility we can build that makes prototypes free at that base. Can be worth it. Usually what you do with the Skunk Works... excuse me. Usually what you do with the Skunk Works is you have one big base at which you're building everything, and you prototype all of your units there. So, we've got that. I was hoping that he had presentient algorithms. Yeah, sure. Comm Jammer, ECM Plasma Sentinels, ECM's fine. Yeah, good. See, now he's submissive. Vote at an upcoming council meeting. I need you to repeal the charter. You need to vote yes, and yeah, I'll pay you 7 credits. Once they swear a pact to serve you, their demands become very, very minor. Okay, so we are at war with the Believers, technically. We haven't done anything, and they haven't done anything, but we are technically at war with them. They, however, don't have missiles. They're still building impact units, which is fine. We haven't totally modernized our weaponry either. I think probably the next thing to do is either to go to war with Morgan, or actually attack the Believers. I kind of want to go to war with Morgan because he has presentient algorithms. And what I don't want... See, that's interesting, because he's behind me. He's behind me in every line. Yeah, I've just skipped over presentient algorithms somehow. That's a shame. That was 1 second. How do I get to it even? I don't remember how I get to it in the tech tree exactly. It's a conquer technology, actually. But anyway, so, yeah, he has... No, it's a discover technology, presentient algorithms. Yeah, I have the requirements for it. I just haven't discovered it yet. Hopefully it'll be the next. See, this is why I changed to discover, because I want this technology. I don't know why I said it was a conquer technology. What was I thinking of? Oh, advanced military algorithms. That's what I was thinking of. So, yeah, I want this, and I'm not entirely certain why it is that Morgan has it when I don't. But anyway. So, what I don't want is Morgan getting the hunter-killer algorithm, because that makes him immune to probe teams. And honestly, why is he building a basic probe team in a water base? That's weird. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that terribly, because I'm not using many probe teams, but it's the principle of the thing. He's also building the virtual world, which will not do him much good. I don't think he has missile launch. He doesn't have missile launchers. So it will be easiest to go to war with Morgan because he is right here and all my military units are right over here. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to shift monitoring station over to building transport foils.
Request confirmation.
So that I can ferry my military over because I have significant military.
Request confirmation.
We're going to hurry that too. And then after the formers, you can get erect commons. So now that I have a pact with the university, I can be in their territory, I can see their bases, I can already see their bases because I'm the governor, but this is another source for that, and I can actually move my units into their bases and just have them stay there. I can heal in their bases as if their bases were my own, I can do all sorts of cool things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ferry my army over to Morgan Solarfex. This trained impact squad, do I have enough money to upgrade it to a trained missile squad? Yes, I do. Oh, I found somebody's land down here. This is probably the Spartans. Forest expands, kelp expands, kelp expands, kelp expands.
Production complete.
And we got a network node, which is hunky-dory. Let's build a tree farm.
Production complete.
Got a children's creche, hunky-dory. Let's build a rec commons, because we'll start getting drones at some point here. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, get the nutrients. I want growth.
Complete.
This missile rover... Ooh, this missile rover is elite, actually. So when you're elite, you get an extra move point, as well as a plus 50% to combat. So this elite missile rover is going to be able to move 3 spaces a turn, which is really, really handy. We need, after Autumn Grove is done with their tree farm, we need another transport foil. We need another couple transport foils, actually. A couple more transport foils, and then I never built an energy bank at Autumn Grove. That was an oversight. 7 minerals. You can go over there. Okay. So you just hang out in Gaia's High Garden for a moment.
Terraform complete.
Get that energy. So this is flat and rainy. I wouldn't necessarily have to build condensers over here if I didn't want to, because I could just build farms on these rainy spaces and they would make, I think, 3 nutrients each. Whereas a condenser, a condenser makes 4 or possibly 5. Yeah, I guess I'll skip the eco damage. I'll just get farms. Okay, this transport foil can go to Lucretia Discovery. That former can start farming. And you go to Morgan Solarfex. You stage out of Oceanographic Lab. And you poise yourself near Morgan Hydrochemical. Okay, yeah, this is Spartan territory.
Turn complete.
So there's Assassin's Redoubt, which is one of their early names. There's Morgan. I'll trade it, but I won't give it to you. Oh, okay. Well, Morgan has made my decision even easier. I mean, I'd already made my decision, but he's just sort of reinforced it by declaring war on me. Lady Deirdre, your whimpering green idealism has become an unacceptable impediment to legitimate economic progress. Since you show no signs of tempering your extremism with a measure of common sense, I shall now terminate your faction as a matter of simple good business practice. This is one thing I like about this game. This guy is literally declaring war on me because my government is led by the Green Party. That's basically what's happening here. He's declaring war on me because I have, the EPA, and he doesn't like that. I'm not even hugely green, actually. I'm going to steal this pod.
Indigenous life form.
Oh, there's an Isle of the Deep, and I lost my last move for some reason. That happens sometimes, and I hate it. Okay, well, you just keep on keeping on, buddy boy. We've got a mine here. Go over there, get some more minerals. You may notice I am not... So, a big part of this game is even when you're at war, don't turn every sinew towards it unless you have to. I mean, if I wanted to, I could have every one of these bases pumping out military units and build up an absolutely disgusting amount of military power in short order. But I just don't have to. Ooh, I need to get a tree farm here, though. I don't have to, and so I'm not. I would do that if it was an emergency, but it's not an emergency. It shows no signs of becoming an emergency. So I am perfectly content just to go on my merry way here. So now I can build a sensor here that will cover both of those places. You all just wait. We're going to attack Morgan Hydrochemical. And Morgan Interstellar will probably be our first target here. It's got plasma garrison, some laser artillery. He's still building laser units? Plasma garrison, colony pod, transport foil. Can I see... One second. Let me look at the Morganites. Laser infantry, plasma sentinels. Oh my goodness. Oh me, oh my. The Morganites don't have weapons. All they have is lasers. Wait a minute. How could they possibly have gotten pre-sentient algorithms without having anything more advanced than lasers? That's silly. Oh well. You know, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You mindworms just chill out there for a little bit. Brother Lau. You want cyber ethics? Nah. Okay, so now he's asking for a loan. So if I can give him 137 credits, he'll pay me 3 credits per year for 100 years. It can boost your income a little bit, so sometimes it can be worth it, but honestly, I'm making so much money that it's just not worth it. He still likes me because I'm democratic. Do you have any research data that I don't have? Nope. Bye. Yay, I won.
Combat report.
This is another thing that you may not notice the first time you play the game. When your units are damaged, their move goes down. So he's damaged 50%. Normally he has 4 moves. Now he only has 2. So I'm just going to rest. You can just hold in place. You can go over here to grab that energy.
Terraform complete.
Build forests. That condenser gives me a whopping 7 nutrients, so between those two, I just don't have to worry about nutrients, basically.
Request confirmation.
Over here at Vale of Winds, let's get some more forests going on. All you guys are just going to line up to join the first transport that comes by. You take Morgan Hydrochemical.
Request confirmation.
ECM Plasma Sentinels. Fungicidal Sea Formers. Rec Commons. And you just hang out there for a little bit. You can go... Where do I have an army? Accretia Discovery has 3 units. Okay, so that transport foil will only be able to pick up 2, so I'll move down there. This Impact Rover, I actually want to upgrade. But these Mindworms... Yep, switch to main view screen. Oh, did you think better of this, Morgan? Have you changed your mind? No, you haven't. You just, for some reason, think you have some kind of advantage.
Complete. Production complete.
Okay. Yep, building lots of stuff. Good. So we could now build a Skunk Works. I don't think I'm going to build one at Memory of Earth, just because Memory of Earth is still not my most mineral productive base. Although it is quite mineral productive. But I'm going to build a Rec Commons, just in case. I do have 1 drone that's shown up. I'd like to just not have to worry about drones ever. Build a Grass Point. Let's get a tree farm.
Production complete.
Razorbeak Wood. Let's get a... You know what, tell you what, we'll turn Razorbeak Wood to producing mindworms as well. So let's get a biology lab there.
Terraform complete.
Now Gaia's High Garden has some nutrients going on. Let's mine that square up there. That transport foil is loaded up with some mindworms. Let's get him moving up towards the Morganites. We've got a farm here, and there's no minerals there, so let's put a solar collector. You are pumping out more formers than is strictly necessary. Get a tree farm instead, and an energy bank. I know a lot of this game is just me building up infrastructure, but frankly, building up infrastructure is something that you have to do and do continuously. You know, you never stop building infrastructure. attack Morgan Interstellar.
Combat report.
Oh, we took over the merchant exchange. I hadn't even realized that was in Morgan Interstellar.
Request
So let's get
confirmation.
our ECM Plasma Sentinels. I could be building Trans Plasma Sentinels, but I'm not worried about the Morganites attacking me with Mindworms, frankly. That's just not something that I am scared of. He had not even built recycling tanks. For shame, Morgan. For shame. Morgan had done quite a bit of basic infrastructure building in terms of mines, at least, so he has a lot of mines around here that could produce a lot of minerals. He just hadn't built up the nutrient infrastructure necessary to support that kind of population, so his production was still hampered by that. So with the merchant exchange, this base is getting 1 extra energy at every space. So I want Morgan Interstellar to grow, and I want to have lots of people out here so that every one of them is producing 1 extra energy. At this point in the game, it's not a huge benefit. Earlier on in the game, it would have been, you know, pretty decent. You go up to Morgan Interstellar and rest there. You, Missile Foil, you have already moved, but you come over here. Morgan doesn't have any more sea bases, but what I can do is I can use long-range fire to try and destroy his sensor arrays and such, so that I don't have to worry about them.
Improvement destroyed.
Much like he's
Begin with
doing
a
there.
function of arbitrary complexity. Feed it values, sense data. Then take your result, square it, and feed it back into your original function, adding a new set of sense data. Continue to feed your results back into the original function ad infinitum. What do you have? The fundamental principle of human consciousness. Academician Prokhor Zakharov. The feedback principle.
Okay, here we go. This unlocks the Hunter-Seeker algorithm, which just renders you completely immune to probe teams. It's fantastic. It also unlocks polymorphic encryption, which makes a unit twice as expensive to mind control with probe teams, which you can do. It increases probe team base morale, and it unlocks fusion power and orbital spaceflight, 2 hugely important technologies, and probability mechanics, which is the level 5 armor, so that's nice. I'm not going to look at units right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my base operations. I'm going to find my best base for minerals, which is Autumn Grove. And at Autumn Grove, which is getting 22 minerals per turn, I'm going to build the Hunter-Seeker algorithm.
Project initiated.
It'll take me 16 turns, and at the end of that, I will be immune to probe teams forever and ever. Amen. You can also see just the long line of tree farm, tree farm, tree farm, tree farm there. So, I could drop off in Morgan Solar Effects. What I'm actually going to do, though, is I'm going to drop off these troops right next to Morgan Metallurgy. There's Lady Deirdre. Oh, he's completed an advanced plasma garrison prototype. Whatever shall I do? Nope, prepare to be annihilated. So, this Commando Missile Battery. First, let's see what he has here. He has a plasma garrison and a scout patrol. So, you are going to bombard them. And then you can attack. He does have a sensor, so actually, first of all, let me see if I can destroy that sensor. Yes. Good. Should have upgraded this rover. But oh well. It's elite now. That's nice. You can fly all the way back to Autumn Grove. Oh, come on. Autumn Grove. You can go into Morgan Interstellar and rest. So, yeah, this is just not a threatening war because Morgan has completely failed to develop any weapons. See, he's building more laser infantry. Laser infantry are not going to cut it. Not against my, my plasma armored garrison troops.
Terraform complete.
At Otcretia Discovery, that is a rocky square on which I'm going to build a borehole. Wait, what are you? I told you to build a borehole, right? Yes, good. You over here, this is a... we'll get a... No, not a farm. Not a farm. A forest. Remove that fungus. You've got a sensor there. Remove that fungus. And then we'll start the process of spreading farms again. So there's Water Garden. It's got its 3
Request
people.
confirmation.
It's really nice to have the planetary transit system and give you those 3 people right off the bat. It really does make expanding the base a lot quicker. Because you already start off with, you know, people that you can reassign to squares as you improve them. Alright, let's open that pod.
Recovered. Turn
100
complete.
credits, nothing to sneeze at.
Improvement destroyed. Production complete.
Drone riots. Uh-oh, I wasn't paying attention. It even has a recreation commons. So facilities, yeah, it cuts out 2 from the recreation commons, then police, then my secret projects, but Last Rose of Summer has just gotten
Production
too big.
Complete.
So, it was building a hologram theater. I knew this was coming. I
Request
just didn't think it would
confirmation.
happen before I got the hologram theater done. We're going to put, that's a rocky square, we're going to put a mine on it. Silverbird Park has that. That's producing a lot of energy for me. Yeah, we'll move off one of the forests there. Let's hurry the tree
Request
farm.
confirmation.
So you can see that drones do actually become a problem. You do have to deal with the whole drone issue. At least if you don't have the virtual world. I mean, we could build the virtual world. The Morganites are building it. We're just going to steal it off the Morganites, I think. They'll finish it, and then we'll just jack it. So you grab some Mindworms, grab some Missiles troops, head back over to Morganland. You, meanwhile, put a farm there under that condenser, and you can head down to Autumn Grove. Alright, they still have a scout patrol here. So, but with my elite unit, I get 2 moves. So I should be able to kill both of these this turn, and then take it over next turn. And this battery will destroy that sensor array, if it can. Alright, then
Invalid command.
this guy will destroy that sensor array. Nope, he can't do that either, because he's a failure. So, Morgan's troops are hardened, which is nice for him, but it's not going to save him against my plus 30% planet. We're just going to rest him again to heal up. Alright, I think I'm going to cut this video there. So we have completed our war against the university. We drove them back to their sea holdings and their one base they stole from Morgan, and forced them to give us their technology, which frankly wasn't that impressive. Now we're prosecuting our war against Morgan, and it's going very well. We've taken one base, we're about to take a second. We will grab the virtual world once they finish constructing it, so we won't even have to pay for it. And Morgan has been let down by his research. He completely failed to research any weapons, so he got lasers and plasma armor, and that's it. That's the extent of his military capacity, and since he doesn't have a whole lot of income, he couldn't even use the traditional Morganite advantage of money to try to subvert and buy all of my units. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and more content like this will be coming to you on the regular. So, I will see you all in the next one.